Well, U.S.-China trade was also a hot topic at the State of the Union. Take a look.
We are now making it clear to China that after years of targeting our industries and stealing our intellectual property, the theft of American jobs and wealth has come to an end.
Joining me now is the author of The Future is Asian: Commerce, Conflict, Culture in the 21st Century, Parag Khanna. Parag, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
So Trump went on to say that he is talking with President Xi on a new trade deal, saying that China takes advantage of the U.S. How optimistic are you that we're actually going to get a deal here?
I don't think there can be a one-off deal the way he would like there to be. The fact that there have been these incremental, ongoing conversations, negotiations, and then sort of, these incremental tariff raises back and forth, reciprocal over the last 6, 7, 8 months, 1 year almost now, tells us that there isn't going to be a one-stop deal. So it's push and it's pull. China has been practicing this kind of industrial policy, forced technology transfer, IP theft, and so forth for like 40 years now. This is the 40th anniversary this year of their reform and opening. So it's going to take a long time. What he really wants right now is just a sign that the goods on which reciprocal tariffs were imposed in the commodity sector, so food stuff, oil and gas, and so on, that's going to be raised so that American business can go back in the areas where we've been strongest in China, and then that they'll show in good faith that there's going to be more opening in some of the critical areas where, of course, technology and other areas where the U.S. needs to be even stronger in China, but is afraid of the IP theft.
That March 2nd deadline is looming. Do you think they're going to be able to come up with some agreement to stop even more tariffs from being imposed?
Some kind of a face-saving agreement by then, because again, China has already indicated, it's almost priced into the model at this point. Yeah. They've indicated that they're going to move back towards, lifting those reciprocal tariffs, allowing more American goods in. They've made signals to the world around the automotive sector and other areas as well, and not requiring as many joint ventures. They've lifted foreign investment caps and finance for some banks, these kinds of things. They also want to have capital account liberalization this year, which is a big deal. That's trillions of dollars. Trade is billions, finance is trillions. They want that to go well, so they do want to smooth this over as well.
You know, there's a new report out from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. They say that companies in Europe, Mexico, Canada, elsewhere in the world could actually benefit from these tariffs, hurting the U.S. Do you agree with that?
That is exactly right. The Peterson Institute also did an important study pointing this out right away. Because of the way that trade, investment, and supply chains work, as they impose certain barriers, they're shifting supply chains even further into lower cost places which if a certain amount of content is produced there, like in Southeast Asia, it can still be imported via Mexico and elsewhere, and it finds its way into the U.S. market. And to be quite honest with you, it's unfortunate that the Trump administration and its trade team doesn't quite understand this relationship between trade, investment, and supply chains. It views everything as just finished goods and widgets moving across the Pacific Ocean. But it's very, very easy to navigate around these barriers by way of just producing and shifting some percentage of your manufacturing into countries that have agreements with us. And that's exactly what China is doing and is going to continue to do.